thank you so much for your patience. I think all of the computer equipment is now working. We shall see. All right, stage. Yes.
Your Honor, may I present the stipulation that the state and defense have entered into with regard to the previous matter that the jury heard about?
Yes. And what exhibit number would you all like to mark that as?
If it could be a court exhibit number 1, Judge?
We can say court-wide if everyone is okay with calling it.
May I
Yes.
present it to the jury and then I will hand it to the court so that we can put it.
Any objections to the defense reading it into the record for the jurors?
No.
I don't think it matters who reads it.
No.
This is a stipulation of evidence which will be a part of the evidence in this cause. The state of Texas and defendant Tamar McIntyre agree and stipulate that the individual identified by the Bexar County Medical Examiner as Mark Anthony Saldivar is the deceased named in the indictment and that the cause of death is a gunshot wound by firearm. Can I present this, Your Honor?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll mark it as courts 1.
Thank you.
And for the record, the stipulations have been signed. It was signed by your client as well, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. He is present. You signed that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so it has been signed by the defendant, by the attorney for the defendant, and also by the assistant criminal district attorney. All right, State, you may call your next witness.
Yes, Your Honor. The state calls crime scene investigator Allison Bustamante.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear affirming the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up for the members of the jury. If you can state your name and spell your last name, please.
Allison Bustamante. It's Bustamante.
All right, State, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Bustamante, can you please just tell the jury how you're currently employed?
I'm employed with the City of San Antonio.
And what do you currently do for the City of San Antonio?
I'm a crime scene investigator.
And can you please describe what a crime scene investigator does?
We're responsible for responding to calls, analyzing, looking for evidence. We process, collect, and make sure that it's submitted correctly.
And do you have to go through certain training to become a crime scene investigator for the City of San Antonio?
Yes.
And can you just briefly tell them what type of training you have to go through?
Initially, it's a modified version of the police academy. You have 400 hours of coursework that's geared toward crime scene, mock crime scene, things like that.
And let me take you back to April of 2017. Were you then employed with the City of San Antonio SAPD as a crime scene investigator?
Yes.
And on a particular occasion on April 28, 2017, were you dispatched to a scene at 7243 San Pedro?
Yes.
And can you tell the jury why you were dispatched there, please?
Initially, I was called out just for an abandoned vehicle. When I arrived, the officer advised me that it was for an abandoned vehicle that was possibly involved in a murder.
And when you, after you made that initial contact, what were your duties at that scene?
To walk the scene, to look for and identify any items of evidence, to photograph, to decide what needed to be printed, blatant prints.
And did you collect any items at that scene that particular day?
I did.
And did you do anything else at the scene?
I took photographs at that location.
I'm sorry, what?
I took photographs.
Okay. And did anybody else assist you at the scene?
Yes, I did call for some help.
And who was that individual?
That was CSI R. Hurtado.
And did he also make the scene that day?
Yes.
And do you know what his responsibilities were?
For latent prints of the exterior of the vehicle.
Now, on this particular day, did you make access to the vehicle on the inside?
No.
And why is that?
We were in need of a search warrant.
And so y'all did not have a search warrant for the inside of the vehicle, but you did for the outside?
The outside, a search warrant is not needed.
Okay. And so after you performed all your duties at this location, what happened to the vehicle?
The vehicle was sent to the ground and pound to be stored in a secure area, waiting the search warrant.
And was transferred to the pound. Did you ever make access to it over at the pound?
I did not.
And did you ever see the vehicle again?
I did.
And where did you see the vehicle?
The vehicle was going to be processed, so that's when I had the vehicle removed from the pound and brought to the 9th Street secure vehicle processing facility that we have.
Okay. And did you, at that time, have a search warrant for the inside of the vehicle?
We did.
And did you gain access to the inside?
Yes.
And then at that time, did you collect evidence, or I'm sorry, what did you do at that time once you were at that secure location?
It would help if, do you have a version of my report
Yes.
to refresh my memory?
You have 2 reports for this case, is that correct?
Correct.
I'm going to show you what's been marked here, Exhibit 104 and 105. Can you just go ahead and review those and tell me if you recognize them?
Yes, I do.
And are these fair and accurate copies of the report that you made for this case?
They are.
Okay. And so if you can review that and then answer the question.
So on this day, I searched for evidence. I also completed a sketch of the items that were to be collected as evidence, and I collected the evidence.
Well, okay, let's go back to San Pedro Avenue and speak about that location. I'm going to show you what's been marked stated number 69 through 87. Might be upside down at times, but if you can go through that and review those and tell me if you don't mind keeping them in order. Thank you. Now, state exhibit number 69 through 87, are you familiar with each of these photos?
Yes.
And do they fairly and accurately represent what they purport to be?
Yes.
And I know that a couple of these photos were not taken actually at the San Pedro Avenue, is that correct?
Correct.
And in particular, 87, state exhibit number 87 and 86 were taken, where were they taken at?
They're taken back at our crime scene lab.
Okay. But all the other photos were taken at the scene on San Pedro?
Correct.
And Your Honor, we'll offer state exhibit number 69 through 87 and the evidence will tender defense for any objections.
Nonchalant dude who's behind this white guy. The black kid with glasses.
No objections.
All right, state exhibit 69 through 87 is admitted without objection.
May I publish, Your Honor?
Yes.
I'll show you what's been marked state exhibit number 69. Can you tell the jury what we're looking at here?
This was the location of the vehicle in the parking lot.
And when you're at a scene and you're taking pictures, can you tell the jury when you initially take the pictures, what do you do when you're at a scene and the version of taking pictures? For instance, can you tell them what you're doing here with state exhibit number 70?
That's part of a sequence. When you arrive at a scene and you decide what you're going to be photographing, you're going to take a 360 of the area to put everything in relationship to one another to orientate the viewer.
So in this particular photo, if I may, if you're facing the car, you take a right and you took a picture to the right.
Correct.
Okay, state exhibit number 71, you're turning all the, you're facing away from the car, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. I think they get the picture here. State exhibit number 72, is that just turning again?
Correct.
State exhibit number 73, also turning?
Correct.
Okay. And then now we're on to state exhibit number 74. What is this a picture of?
A picture of the abandoned vehicle.
And this is from the front of the vehicle, is that correct?
Correct.
State exhibit number 75 is just a different angle from the back view, is that correct?
Correct.
And can you read the license plate on that vehicle?
The license plate is Hotel H Sierra Whiskey 6017.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to show state exhibit number 76. And in this photo, again from the front, but it looks like there's a little grassy area and bushes, but I see some numbers. Can you describe and tell the jury what those numbers indicate?
Those are the items that I have identified needed to be collected as evidence.
And this item here is number one. What would that item be?
Number 1 was a wallet, an empty wallet.
And number 2?
Number 2 is an empty cigarette package.
And number 3?
3 is an empty chocolate milk container.
And number 4?
4 is an empty black glasses pouch.
Oh, I'm sorry?
A glasses pouch.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been marked state exhibit number 77. It looks like a closer view of item number 1. And I think you indicated that that was a wallet.
Correct.
State exhibit number 78 is a closer view of that wallet. Is that correct?
Correct.
Thank you. And then state exhibit number 79. Again, closer views of number 2 and number 3, the cigarette package and the milk container.
Correct.
State exhibit number 80. That is, it looks like now there's a 4 and a 5. What would 5 indicate?
5 is a pair of sunglasses. There was a missing lens.
And 4 is, just to make sure, is that empty glasses pouch.
Correct.
State exhibit number 81 is another angle of the, it looks like just from the distance from that vehicle. Is that correct?
Correct.
State exhibit number 82. What does it indicate with this 6 here?
There was another item found. E6 was a cross pendant.
And it looks like there's an E7.
Correct. E7 would indicate where I took swabs. I took a swab of the exterior hood.
And can you describe to the jury what you mean by swab?
In an effort to obtain biological material, possible biological material, we'll swab that area.
Close up of number 6, state exhibit number 83. Is that what was near that car?
Correct, underneath the vehicle.
Cross.
And then another photo of just a long ways along that curved area, state exhibit number 84. And it indicates that there's, what is this right here?
That was an empty beer can.
Now, I guess when you're at a scene, do you know what happened?
No.
So how do you know what to sort of collect and what not to collect?
Based on what's around the vehicle, if you can tell that it's an area that's generally clean, they don't have a lot of debris, trash laying around, items that look out of place. You can also tell if an item has been there for quite a while. If say it was the can, it looked rusted, or dirt and things on top of it. So you're trying to find items that were most likely just put there.
And so tell me, hypothetically, at times, do you sometimes collect things that are not associated with the crime?
Correct.
And at other times, there's stuff that is definitely associated with the crime?
Correct.
Okay. I'll show you state exhibit number 85. You can tell me what that is?
That is a memory card.
And where did you obtain this memory card from?
That was given to me by an officer on scene.
Do you remember the officer's name by any chance?
That was Officer Halbert.
Thank you. And it's stated exhibit number 86. Can you tell us what that is?
That is E5, what I initially photographed, the sunglasses with the missing lens, and then an additional lens that was recovered in a final walkthrough of the scene at a different location. I believe it was under the vehicle.
Under the vehicle?
I don't want to misspeak. Yes, under the passenger side.
Thank you. Now, at this particular scene, you stated that you collected some items.
Yes.
I think you brought some items with you, is that correct?
Yes.
And let's start with this one. gonna mark this state exhibit number 107. And if you don't mind, can you just observe that package and tell me if you recognize it?
Yes, I do.
And how do you recognize it?
It has the markings that I placed on the package.
And this is markings that you put on that package?
Correct.
And what is contained within that package?
E1, the empty wallet.
The empty wallet. Judge, at this time, the state would ask to enter state exhibit number 107. Tentative defense for any objections?
No objections.
All right, State's Exhibit 107 and its contents, State.
Thank you, Judge.
Are you entering 107 in the contents or just 107?
And contents, I apologize. Thank you, Judge.
And no objections, or do you have objections to this?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, then 107 in contents is accepted without objection.
What's inside this?
If you don't mind, can you just hold that up for the jury to see? And this is the, oops, sort of falling apart.
11.
But this is the item that you collected that was E1
Correct.
at this scene.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And then let's go ahead and mark this next package as 108. And can you please observe that and tell me if you know what is it located in that package?
The cross pendant.
And how do you know that that is in there?
The label.
And did you label it?
Correct.
And can you go ahead and open it?
Yes.
Oh, gotta open that.
Guess it's the empty pack of cigarettes.
Go ahead and open it. Pull it out.
Okay, and you put it back in there. And is this the, I guess what you could classify as the cross that you, or pendant that you found at the scene?
Correct.
Judge, the state offers 108
fucking
and
show.
its contents into evidence.
How do you even fucking see
State's
it?
Exhibit number 108 is admitted without objection.
Can you just take that out and just hold it up to the jury? And is this, that is the actual one that you found out the lot, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Now, while you were at this scene, you stated that somebody else assisted you,
Correct.
and that was Raul Hurtado?
Yes.
Did you do anything else that, oh, well, you stated that you did some swabs. How many swabs did you do of that vehicle?
Tay K.
I did 6.
And is it your job to test them, or are you just collecting them?
No, I just collect.
And then also, did you try to find any latent prints on any objects at the scene? Or
At the scene, no.
From the scene.
From the scene, correct.
Which items did you try to find?
From E2, the empty cigarette package. E3, the empty chocolate milk container, and E14, which was the empty beer can.
Were you able to develop any prints from those items?
I was not.
Thank you. Now, let's go to the 9th Street, I guess you call it the 9th 9th Street secured facility.
Correct.
And at that location, you stated that you had actually finally gained access to this vehicle with the search warrant, and you collected items from this vehicle, is that correct?
Correct.
And these items are listed in your report, is that correct?
Correct.
And can you tell the jury, one, did you do any swab collection at this location?
Yes, as I had already taken swabs from the exterior of the vehicle, at this point I took swabs of the interior.
And I guess this is E1 through E5, are those swabs?
Yes.
And then what about other items that you collected from this vehicle, particularly going in, let's just go in order, E6, what is E6?
That was a live round.
And do you have the specification of what type of round that was?
Spear 380 auto.
And the location of that item?
In the interior front passenger side door panel.
And moving on to E7, what was that item and where was it located?
That was an unopened Lifestyles condom, and that was underneath the front passenger side.
Condom?
And
Sorry,
E8,
but did she say condom?
That is another swab from the interior of the vehicle.
and then E9,
E9 was a spin brush toothbrush.
and E10.
An additional swab from the interior.
Well, I guess E10 through E15
Correct.
are the swabs from the interior.
Correct.
And then what about E16
E16 is an additional toothbrush.
and E17
17 was a red straw.
Red straw.
and E18?
That was an empty Smith & Wesson black magazine.
And where was it
Magazine.
located?
That was in the top console tray of the vehicle.
E19
It
Magazine.
was an empty Taurus black magazine.
That's not good.
And that was at the bottom console tray of the vehicle.
and E20.
E20 is a blue iPhone, and that was in the glove box.
And E21
E21 was an empty Ruger black magazine in the glove box as well.
magazine, another one.
and E22.
An additional motorized toothbrush.
I'll show you what's been marked 88 through 103. If you can just take a look at those items or photos and tell me if you recognize them.
Yes, I do.
And some of these photos have the items that you collected that day.
Correct.
And where were these photos taken?
At our 9th Street pound.
And or do they fairly and accurately represent what they purport to be the photos of this vehicle at that 9th Street location?
Correct.
Now, to be fair, you didn't take these photos?
I did not.
Who took the photos?
They were taken by CSI V Hurtado.
And were you present during the photo taking and collecting your evidence?
Correct.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would offer statement paper number 88 to 103 intended to the defense for any objections.
No, the number.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, State's Exhibits numbers 88 through 103 are admitted without objection.
Judge, may I publish to the jury?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, sorry, no objection.
Show, what's State Exhibit number 88.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Judge, I'm just trying to get a little less glare on there. Sorry. That's better or worse? All right, we're just gonna go with it on that, Judge. State Exhibit number 88. Can you tell the jury what they're looking at here?
This is the vehicle, MV1.
Oh my God, we dug
And
it.
that license plate, is that the same license plate that was at the scene of that bedroom?
Correct.
Thank you. And by just viewing the photo, you can see that it looks like it's some type of a garage. Is that secured facility?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm gonna show you what's been marked State Exhibit number 89. What is this a picture of?
The interior of the vehicle.
And I would ask, what is this, this right here?
The center console.
So would this be the front seat of this vehicle?
Correct.
And so what seat would this be right here?
The driver's seat.
Okay, and this would be the passenger seat.
Correct.
Thank you. I'm going to show another picture, State Exhibit number 90. And exhibit number 18, it looks like it's marked there. What is exhibit number 18?
18 is the empty Smith & Wesson black magazine from the top console tray.
Okay. This is a little bit brighter picture. It's State Exhibit number 91. Is that same number 8? I'm sorry, E18?
Correct.
Now, I wanted to ask a question. These are magazines. What are these magazines for?
Firearm.
And some people don't know. You say firearm. What do you load into these magazines?
Live rounds.
And then what do you do with the magazine after you load it?
The magazine is put into the firearm.
Okay. And then that's how you function a firearm to actually shoot it.
Correct.
Were any of these magazines that you found in the car, were any of them loaded?
No.
Okay. State Exhibit number 92. What is this?
That is a second magazine. That's the Taurus magazine.
And again, is that center console?
Correct. The lower portion.
So you can open it up and it's inside of the console?
Correct. Once the top area was removed, you could see the second.
And so E18 was on top? And
Correct.
E19 was inside?
Correct.
Okay. E16? What is that?
That is a toothbrush. That was in the center storage compartment as well.
And so that center console area?
No, I'm sorry, I misspoke. That was the center storage compartment under the radio.
Oh, okay, so
So that was not the console with the cover, that was under the radio.
so like where you have the radio would be right below that,
Correct.
not in between the seats.
Correct.
Okay. State Exhibit number 94. Can you tell the jury what you're looking at here?
That is a view of inside the glove box. It looks to be 20, which is the cell phone, and E21, which is an additional empty Ruger black magazine.
Maybe a better shot of that is State Exhibit number 95. And that E20 is the blue cell phone, and E21 is the Ruger magazine.
Correct.
And State Exhibit number 96. What are we looking at?
E7, an unopened lifestyles condom.
And where was that located at?
That was underneath the front passenger side seat.
Okay. And then we have state exhibit number 97. It looks a little blurry, but I think we can sort of make it out. What are you really focusing this photo on?
Is there an additional photo of that one with a number or?
Not.
I mean, it appears to be a spent shell casing or a live round rather.
What did you collect from the car?
The, I guess that would be E6, that would be the Spear 380 live round.
Okay. State exhibit number 98.